Police running all in and out the building. What the hell is going on?
Hey, talking about John Spytek. Hey, the draft's coming up. What is he going to do? Is he going to... What's good? What's good? What's good? YouTube, what's good? Raider Nation. Yes, 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 we are here. Getting it live, getting it in for y'all. And we got to talk about the draft, right? The draft is coming up. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got my Shador watch, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, the draft is coming up. You know, John Spytek has some things. Obviously, he's a GM of the Raiders. But before we get into all that, man, shout out to everybody out there. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. We are on our road to 500 subscribers. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's completely free to do. And that's how we can get this thing going, right? Get this thing moving and grooving. So, yeah, on the road to 500 subscribers. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe on Raider Twuan and join the congregation. And, you know what I'm saying, the congregation is the best congregation and the best chat that YouTube has to offer. So shout out to everybody in the congregation. Hit that subscribe button. All right. Look, John Spytek is our GM. This is actually going to be his first year working with us. And, you know, it's kind of easy to try to see where, you know, where a GM goes, his tendencies, right? Right now, everybody's trying to figure out what this regime's tendencies are, what they're about, what's their, you know, what's their information, what do they like to lean on, you know what I'm saying, and depend on, especially in regards to certain things in the draft. And there's some things that, if you guys have watched the pressers of John Spytek and Pete Carroll, especially when they're out there together, but even the ones that you know, John Spytek was by himself, he's given us a lot of intel on the possible direction in which he's going to go in the draft. Now, this is also, and I'll tell you guys this also, just if you don't know, this is also the time where things are put out there to kind of, you know, bluff the major move, right? Like just recently, Schefter put out there that the Giants and the Browns are now shopping the number 2 and the number 3 pick. Okay, they're shopping it. They're trying to see what they can get, what kind of value they can get off of that, off of those picks. And you know, the Raiders might be in play for that. Yes, I said it. The Raiders might be in play to move up. And we'll see what happens on draft day, but you know, people are so enamored with like I have it titled on the screen as I got the landscapers outside. There is some specific ways in which we can move up or trade down. Okay, we've talked about the possible trade with the Saints at 9. The Cowboys might want to move up, and that's one that could be in play. There's a lot of variables there. But with Spytek, I think with Spytek, he said it multiple times, and I want to know your opinion. Let me know what you guys think and how you guys feel about it. You know, we get to the draft, and we get to the draft, and you know, everybody wants the flashy pick. You know, some people say, oh yeah, we got to go get the quarterback. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Hey, Deacons, please share this out. Please share this out. If you can, please share it out. You know, the sexy pick would be somebody like and I'm just going to give you guys examples of something that could be a sexy pick. Ted McMillan, right? That could be a sexy pick. Let me think of another person that could be a possible sexy pick. Ashton Genty. That's a sexy pick. Now, you guys may not know what I'm talking about when I say sexy pick. It's that big name, flashy, oh, he's the whatever type of pick. Now, on the opposite side and on the back side of that, you have what I call your sound picks, where you're actually getting quality, not just because of talent. Not saying that Genty or Ted McMillan ain't talented, but the value in which you're getting that player. Drafting a wide receiver at 6. All right. That's kind of valuable, right? I'll even say running back that high, right? What is the average years of a running back? 3.5, which tells me that some of these running backs don't even get out of their rookie contract before they're out of the league. Right? And I think with John Spytek, I think he's going to be in a situation where he's looking at this roster. And honestly, I think this roster is in its place where do we have a serious need Or do we just have places where we can upgrade? Right? Do we necessarily have to have a quarterback? When we already have a Geno Smith? Now, running back, I'll say this because I know everybody is really enamored with Genty. I'm not really feeling Mostert like that at running back, but I will say that if we did go with someone like a Genty, or we didn't go with, if we didn't go with the running back, I think Mostert could do the job. Doesn't necessarily mean in my Raider gospel that I really believe that Mostert is a starter and we don't need to try to get somebody around him. But that's another position that we'll be okay at. Looking at tight end. Do we need to draft a tight end high? No. Not when you have, in his early ages, one of the best tight ends in the NFL. And right behind him, and again, this is my Raider gospel, I still believe in Michael Mayer. Michael Mayer is not, by any means, Michael Mayer and Brock Bowers are two different styles of tight end, but solid tight end out of both of them. You can at least say that they're solid. Right? And let's keep moving down. Wide receiver. Yes, it would be nice to have a big body wide receiver in the number, in the X spot position of wide receiver. But could we get by with Jacoby Myers being our number one and other guys behind him? I think we can. Not saying that I specifically would like that, but if we had to, right? Excuse me. If we had to, we could. And you can go down every position. As you guys see what I'm talking about. We can go down every position and say, hey, we can roll with who we got. But of course, we always want to upgrade, right? And I'm going to say something that everybody in the congregation knows, but they know that no matter who's under center, we have to build. Okay? So, with that being said, It'd be cool to have extra pieces, but we can roll with who we got. And that's where in the draft it's very fluid in regards to the Raiders. We can go here. It's not a dire need, but it's an upgrade. It's a depth piece, right? We can go there. And we already have somebody in place in mind, but hey, we're gonna build a little more in there. And looking at the Raiders in years past and in its totality, we've been in a place where our starting lineup was great, but as soon as our starting lineup wasn't, as soon as our starting lineup got hurt, it was all bad. A la even close to you guys last year. We knew obviously the offense was I'm not even going to talk about that because we already know how bad that was. Okay, including the quarterback play. Okay, but what was supposed to hold us together was our defense. And when our starters started to get hurt early, we had to deal and get by with the depth or lack of depth that we had on the team. So now here goes John Spytek looking at this and saying, hey, I'm in a position where I got the coaches and I know they're going to coach well. I got some pieces that I can get by with. So there's no pressure to, oh, we got to go get this guy. Or we got to go get this position. Right? I can either sit back and go best player available, or go what I like. Go with what I like. And listening to John Spytek in all of his press conferences, there was one constant that he kept talking about in regards to filling out the roster of the Raiders. And before you do that,
fucking Stizan.
Twuan, hey
Fine.
Twuan, hit that like button. Why? Because I like you.
that's right. Go ahead and hit that like button. Now, I'm trying to break this down for y'all. Prepare yourselves for not getting the sexy pick. Yeah, I said it. Prepare yourselves for not the sexy pick. Here's where it's at. All of John Spytek's press conferences, he talked about the big guys up front. And when he's talking about the big guys up front, he's talking about the D-line and also the offensive line. Okay? Along with that, he also said because of his training and because of his knowledge and because of his experience, he leans more towards the big guys up front. That's not sexy, you guys. How many and we've gone through this a few years, before, but we wait for the draft, we get so excited. There's so many guys on the board. Yes, yes, this person's here. Yes, that person's there. Yes, this person is available. We get down to our number. That person's still available. Oh, we're going to go get him. And we go get an O lineman. Right? That's the non-sexy pick. But with that being said, if we build that front, everything else is going to fall into place. And I think that's where John Spytek is looking. That's where he's focused on. And I think that's where he should be. Because we can go down as much as I like, as much as I like me a little, I like some Shador. Okay, I like him at quarterback. That's my number one quarterback in this draft. As much as I do like Genty, but I really do like Amarian Hampton. As much as Ted McMillan looks like a tight end in a, size of a tight end, but he's a wide receiver. I think the best value for us is to build out our lines. Now, you might be like, oh my gosh, what are you talking about? Our D-line is there. Hey, I'm with you. When you're talking about Malcolm Coons coming back from an injury, that's a question mark, right? Tyree is really in his Pruitt year. Okay? Adam Butler's there. Christian Wilkins. Max Crosby. That looks like a good cast of D linemen. But if you can build your line out to like how the Eagles did their line, their D line, yeah, get ready for some Lombardis. Okay? And I think at this point, and I'll give you guys give me 1 second. And we're back. All right. The only two, and this is my bias. No, I'm not even gonna say two. I will say too. Here we go. If Shador's not there, because I still think that this organization does like Shador, even though they got Gino. I really do think they like Shador. Or somehow Travis Hunter falls to 6. I think we'll be getting somebody on the line. And that's based off of what I'm seeing with Spytek. Let me know how you think. Let me know how you feel. How you feeling about it? Because I really do think it's going to be O-line. And the reason why I think even more, not D-line, but O-line, is not because of Colt Miller. If you guys don't know, Colt Miller has been holding out from the voluntary workouts because he wants a little more money. Which, to be honest with you, I think he deserves it. I'm not saying throw the whole, you know what I'm saying, throw the whole basket at him. But put some respect on his name. Okay? If it's not Abdul Carter, I don't see anybody worth the 6 on D-line. Unless it's the Jalen, I forgot what his, I'm drawing a blank on his last name. But he's more of an edge. Because to be honest with you, D-line wise, I'm eating these gummy bears. They're so good. On the D-line, like I said, it's question marks. As much as we may like Malcolm Kuntz, and I like Malcolm Kuntz, you have to factor in that he came off of injury. And when players come off of injury, things start to change. So how big of the change is? Did the injury make him faster? Did the injury make him slower? Did the injury make him flexible or non-flexible? As flexible, right? The bend ain't all the way like it was when he first came in. That's why Malcolm Kuntz is on a 1-year contract, you guys. And I'm glad this organization has done that. Because there was no need for us to throw a whole bunch of money at Malcolm Kuntz. You know, give him a multi-year contract and all that if he wasn't going to pan out. Right? Shout out to everybody in the chat. I see you guys in there. I'm actually going to get into you guys' comments here. Rob Penny again with the brown crackers. Hey, Rob, I got to get my brown crackers together, okay? I'm slacking on the brown crackers. Y'all know brown crackers is what it is, but right now I'm on these let me get another color. Or maybe another color. I'm on these gummy bears, you know what I'm saying? I'm on these gummies, you know what I'm saying? I'm on these gummies, dog. All right, and not the kind of gummies you think it is. All right. Lakeshore Raider, I see you in the building. Good to see you. Hey, yeah, quit playing with yourself. Subscribe. Rob knows what I knows my little sayings, dog. Lakeshore Raider said, we gonna get a quarterback, and I stand on that. Okay. Shador Sanders to be all right, Lakeshore. Okay. That's your Raider gospel. I ain't mad at you, dog. That's the mystery of the draft, right? We got a couple more days to go. We'll see actually how that pans out. Blessings to you, Joel. Good to see you. See, Joel Lee's right here, you know, talking that Raider gospel. He said we have too many holes to take luxury picks. Raider Nation, you got to understand that. And I think that's where, you know, John Spytek is taking us. Okay? I think that's the direction that he's taking us. The luxury, aka, like I say, the sexy picks. All right. You know what I'm saying? Not the sexy flicks. You know what I'm saying? The sexy picks. All right. In the draft. For those that be like to you know, whatever. You know, I stands on mine. Anyway, yeah, I think that's where we're going, man. How many luxury in the picks in the past worked out for us? Somebody help me out. I think I know the answer, but somebody help me out. I think Ruggs was a luxury pick. How did that work out? Right? Hey, J-Dog, what's good with you, man? What's good with you, fam? Hey, make sure you hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? Tell your baby mama, your baby mama sister, and her auntie, come on over and subscribe. Get some of this Raider gospel. All right. And you know what I'm saying? Just tell everybody, matter of fact. Just tell everybody, come on over, join the congregation. It's free. You know what I'm saying? It is free. Okay? Hit that like button and subscribe. Why not Judkins? You know what? I like, Judkins is quality at the running back position. I don't think it's at 6. I would be mad. Hear me out now. As much as I like Judkins, I would be mad if that was our number 6. Now, if we trade it back, you know what I'm saying, got a couple more, got some picks off of somebody that wanted to trade up, and then we went with Judkins, okay. I would be somewhat okay with that. But primarily at 6, I'm not comfortable running back at 6. And I've said it before, in regards to the depth, not of our roster, but the depth in this draft. There's a lot of running backs that are talented, and I think could be either a rotational starter or a starter. And when I say, excuse me, hold on. Let me go ahead. I didn't want y'all thinking I was Gardner Minshew. Bam. All right. Yeah, the depth of this draft, there's a lot of rotational starter running backs. And when I say rotational starters, I mean, a rotational starter is somebody that could be a starter, but because of the way that their team runs them, it's a rotation, right? Like the Detroit Lions. They got 2 starting running backs over there, but they rotate them. Gibbs and, I believe that's Montgomery. Right? So, but I think personally in this draft, there's a lot of guys like that in the draft. And it's not going to be all the way up in the first. You can get those later in the draft. Raider Chaos, good to see you. Good to see you, man. Haven't seen you in a while. Glad you showed up. Came in with the congregation. Salute, man. Totally, good to see you. Totally said we got to go with blue chips. Okay, go with the blue chips. If they are there, Graham, Carter, Hunter, Genty. Okay, I like those names. I ain't gonna lie to you. I do like those names. I like Graham. That would be another D tackle for us. Obviously, Travis Hunter. I'm a fan of Travis Hunter. I believe in what he brings to the table. And he said if the Raiders pick him, he's gonna come in and be number 24, 2.0. Okay. Raider fell. You know what? I don't think so. And I'll read your question for those that ain't watching but listening. Raider Felon said drafting O-line will definitely default everything. They said we're in win now mode. I don't think so. We saw how good our O-line played last year. And I'm saying that sarcastically. And yes, we got Geno. And yes, Geno can run. But I'm saying Geno doesn't have to run. We need to build this O-line so that somebody that's 550 pounds could sit back there and throw the football. I'm being, obviously I threw a big number out there, but we need to really fortify our offensive line even more than our D-line. And bringing in somebody of talent at the O-line position would make our offense be better. When we know last year our offense was not. Yes, there was flashes. Yes, there was, yes, there was little things to be excited about, like the Brock Bowers and Jacoby Myers getting to, the yardage or whatever. But I think we could still be in win now getting an O-lineman. Because no matter how, because I know so many people are enamored with, with Genty. Genty behind our offensive line of last year, do you think he's going to ball out? I'm leaving that up to you guys. Let me know. Do you think Genty would thrive with the O-line we had last year? And if you say no, if you honestly say, you know what, you're right. He's a talented running back, but if that O-line ain't opening up the holes, right, then getting an O-lineman could still be a win-now situation. So I get it, because it's not, like I said, it's not sexy at all getting an O-lineman. But what's needed for us to have success moving forward is fortifying our line up front. We got Nightbot in here telling you guys to subscribe. Also, Nightbot is letting you guys know how you guys can be a blessing to the channel by Venmo or Cash App. That goes straight back into the channel. And eventually we're going back to you. Because I will be working on that. Okay. He thinks it's a rebuild. If we draft O-line, okay. Raider Ben, it'll been good to see you, man. Raider Ben said Hunter, Genty, and Graham are bust. Okay. Hey, I'm letting you guys talk your Raider gospel. It's all good. Okay, running back is not a luxury pick; it's a need. Okay. He said, yeah. When you got the 32th ranked running back room, it's definitely not a luxury. Well, hey, we're in a place where, like I said, can we get by with Mostert? Possibly. It's not like if you ask and this is why I said it could be anything, in regards to who we get in the draft. I was looking more into the things that Spytek was talking about in regards to the guys up front. He said that like multiple times in his pressers. When you had and here I go popping my collar because I was one of the ones that was talking about Amir Abdullah all year, and he was our most productive running back. So yes, there is opportunity to upgrade and even build out our running backs more, but I rather get this O-line together so that whoever our running back is can get it done. And especially drafting at 6. He said, "Give me Trayvon Henderson in the second." Okay. There's one guy that I will be doing. I might do a video on that. I might get ready for that. I might do a video on a guy in the later rounds that I'm actually that I actually like and is for Um, hey, thank you, thank you, Adam. I am feeling better. Yeah, yeah. Today's a better day. I'll say it like that. But thanks for asking. Raider Found said we need game changers, not starters. We need everything. We need game changers and starters. And the question is, and I'm not going to agree or disagree on it, but the question is, who you think in the draft is actually really a game changer? Because that's a huge name to put on somebody. You know, the last time I think we drafted a game changer was Khalil Mack. You know, you can say Max Crosby, but you know, I think those might be the two. And Max Crosby was more of a diamond in the rough than somebody that was coming out of the draft and was really supposed to be that guy, right? And I think that's why I lean more towards Khalil Mack, because when we drafted Khalil Mack was, you know what I'm saying? He was projected to be that guy. And when he was here, he was that guy for us. You know what, I agree with you in regards to us being in the AFC West. There's nothing we can do about that situation. The AFC West is the AFC West, and that's where we are. But if we don't get the foundation right, that's I think that's where, like I said, based on my interpretation of what Spytek has been saying, if we don't get the lines right, nothing's going to work. We don't need to be in a situation where our O-line is not together when we need the offense to be running, you know, full cylinder. We don't need to be in a situation where one of our D linemen go down and then now our D line sucks again. Just because one or two people off the starting, you know what I'm saying, starting line went down. So, yeah, I agree with you. We need dogs. We need dogs in all areas. Well, I think we're good at kicking, but I was going to say we need a dog at kicker. You know what I'm saying? And I think along with, again, fortifying that offensive line, I think the other tone that I got from Spytek and his press conferences was best player available. And when you do that, you know, Raider film, I think that might be where you get some dogs. You know what I'm saying? I know the GM was different last year, but what did we do in the first round? Best player available. Is Brock Bowers a dog? Not just because he went to Georgia, right? We saw McCormick do well, do okay before he got hurt. Yeah, the O line improved. We're not as bad as it is being presented. You know, I'll give you that. I will say over the year, they did improve. But is that going to be because they improved? Do you really think our O-line's solid? J-Dog. Yeah, let me click out of that. There is a need to bolster, and I'm reading a bunch of guys' comments and I'm kind of putting them together. Because I know J-Dog said something about it. I know Raider Ben said something about it. There is a need to build our running back room in its totality. But as much as there's many ways to skin a cat, right? There's many ways to build in the draft. And for me, I don't believe we need to go 6 at running back. I don't feel comfortable with that. But yeah, Zamir White, I think he's on his last year, and then we need to, do what we need to do in regards to that. I would like for us to, I think McCormick is still under contract, so there'll be competition there, but we need to load up that room. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not comfortable with drafting a running back that high. Now, if they do, then I'm just like, hey, whatever, I guess. We'll see. And I might be right. I might be wrong. And I'll come in here and say, hey, I was wrong. Or, hey, I told y'all. Because, I do that too. But I'm not willing to go with running back at 6. Hey, okay. True Raider. This is let me share that with you. He said, "What's up? What's up? Hope you doing well, brother? But what happened to them Nikes you were to?" When was I supposed to send you some Nikes? Hey, hit me on IG. hit me on IG. Hit me on IG. Because if I forgot, then please remind me. Okay, IG. Hit me on IG. But I remember that last season, I put up this here. Let me find it. Where is it at? Okay. Where'd it go? Oh, I put this up and said, hey, if we get to 500, somebody's getting a pair of Air Forces. Okay. I remember that. And we're still, okay. I'm starting from the bottom and I'm still there. So I need for you guys to help me out. Subscribe and get some other folks to subscribe. So, so someone can actually get something for hitting that 500. All right. But hey, if I owe you some nikes, let me know. Where? Hey, you know what? That could be the case. I'm not confirming or denying. But I know, organizations will do their due diligence, whether it's somebody that they're really interested in or they're not, for down the road. Okay. But yeah, that was kind of the similar statement, J-Dog, that I heard from Shador. Shador said, hey, they came in and they talked to me and they just wanted to get to know me. Hey, and Ben, I've been saying that too. Like, I like Mostert, but we need more than that. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not willing to mortgage that in the first round. Unless we trade back. If we trade back, you know what I'm saying, and then we go get our guy, but then we got some seconds to go, play some more, then I'm with that. But them saying the 6th round pick, we going with so and so. Like I wouldn't be too high on that. I'll say it like that. But I'm also saying, Ben, that Mostert's not the end all be all. Like, he's not one of those guys where I'm like, oh, we got Mostert, we don't need anything else. Right? And that's what I mean. But if we had to go into the season and Mostert was our starter, I wouldn't be like tripping about it. I'd just be like, okay, well, hopefully he can stay healthy the whole season. I'm gonna go read some more comments and then we're gonna get on. Eric, good to see you. Captain Rafuccio is in the building. Raphael, good to see you. Okay. Hey James, good to see you, man. Glad you on your break. You know what I'm saying? Don't be on your break too long. I don't need you to get fired. You know what I'm saying? I need you to get out there. You know what I'm saying? Make that money while there's money to be made. Okay. And hey, we need the money so we can get some more Raider gear. You feel me? Yes, sir. Hey, blessings to you, man. I hope you have a good day at work. And whoever else is at work, I hope you're having a good day at work. I hope everybody's having a good day, to be honest with you. But shout out James for coming in. Make sure you hit that like button. Good member of the congregation. Hey, look, I just wanted to do this live and go over John Spytek, what I was seeing from his press conferences. And like I said, what I've been seeing is that he is really looking and focusing on the guys up front, whether it's our D line or our offensive line. And don't be surprised if that's what we do with that number 6 pick. I think John Spytek also has the mindset of best player available. So I think moving out of, especially in the second round, because we're going to be early in the second round, I think he might just get whoever the best player on the board is at in the second round. And that's going to work well for us. Okay. Because there's some guys that are going to fall that are supposed to be first rounders into the second round, and we'll be able to snag maybe one, maybe even two. We'll see how that moves. But I'm excited about this draft to see how these guys function in regards to, will we see trades from the excuse me. Will we see trades coming from these guys? Will they be making moves up and down the board to get the guys that they feel will make this roster what it is? I think this roster, like I said, in this roster in totality, I think it's almost there. But we can always upgrade. So, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I really appreciate you guys coming in. Again, look, you guys, your Raider gospel is your Raider gospel. Like I said, I do believe in the running back. I really do believe that we need to upgrade in that area. And in all areas. But yeah, we'll see how it plays out. And of course, you guys will see me either on draft day or the day after draft, and we'll talk about, you know what I'm saying, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about what you guys felt about it, what you guys thought about it. You know, we can talk about the other people that were on the board at that time and what we decided to do. Because again, this is ultimately a wait and see, right? Because we don't know how these guys are really going to function. But shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe. Remember, you guys, that we are again on our way to 500 subscribers. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It is completely free to do. And hey, go ahead and support your local friendly Raider. All right. I will say this before I get off. Before I get there. So, I hope you guys had a good Easter, celebrating with your family and loved ones. And for those that it may not have been as easy for you, I'm here for you. Okay. Hit me up on IG right there at Twuan, TWUAN, TWUAN. That is also my IG where you can hit me up and we can talk about it. Or whatever. Just hit me up on IG. All content creators, I am available for whatever you guys are doing on your shows. Also hit me up there on IG. And I will do my best to be on your show. Also, Twuan is where I'm at on Twitter, baby. So go ahead and get me on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? At Twuan, okay? Hit me up on Twuan on Twitter. Get ready, because especially during the season, I'm going to be halftime, middle of the game, whatever. So you do not want to miss what I say on Twitter, because it'll be different from it'll be my live expression of what's going on. Okay. So hit me up on Twitter or X at Twuan, TWUAN. Here at Raider Twuan, we are advocates for being an organ donor. So please consider yourself and be an organ donor. All the information that you may possibly need for that is down in the description of all my videos and all my lives. So if you want that information, it is there and available for you to be an organ donor. Please be an organ donor. It saves lives. Also, I'm going to say, along with being an organ donor, please donate your blood if you can. Please do that also, because that also saves lives. And like I say all the time, you're a blessing. Be a blessing to someone else. And let's go, Raiders.
What up, hello?
Today is a day when our heroes of the past become our legends of the future. Time never really stops for the great ones. We wrap them in a cloak of immortality and remember what great people they were. We recognize you, Virginia Matt, his sons Mike and Joey. They were a football family, so that John can pursue his dreams. To Raider Twuan on the road, and a tribute to John Madden and Al Davis. We declare that the fire that burns the brightest in the Raiders organization is the will to win. Ladies and gentlemen, the Madden family.
All of those great Raider players have played for
Hey, Raider Twuan here. You must watch one of my videos or lives. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and it's right there. Or if you want to watch one of my videos, watch it right there. And let's go, Raiders.